I wanted to come to you and chat about um, something that came up on my timeline. It's something that I shared a few years ago, and it was entitled A Crisis of Faith. And so I just wanted to kind of go back and touch on that again. Um, we all come to different phases in our life where we may encounter a crisis of faith. Um, and actually, during this COVID-19 um, time that we're in now, I'm not going to say that I encountered a crisis of faith. I'm going to say that I'm on a journey um, to achieve a greater level or another level of breakthrough in my life, um, if that makes sense. And what I'm learning and what I'm finding is that life is a series of breakthroughs if we are willing and truly desire to break through. If we are willing and able and truly desire to address the hard things, the tough things, or thing that we don't want to touch. I had a conversation with a colleague of mine. We had an IG conversation a couple of nights ago, and it's entitled Emotions Suppressed, Not Repressed. And I'm sorry, emotions are meant to be expressed, not suppressed. And I've said that, and I've talked about that, and I've shared that for a little over a year now, publicly on my platform, in various aspects. But I'm really having to internalize that during this whole process of because now I have no choice but to address the root of the things that have been embedded so deeply that I can only achieve a certain level of breakthrough, and then I hit another wall. And so that's what this week has been much like. And last week, those that know me know I I don't like crying and being overly emotional. Though I'm a very passionate woman, I don't like being overly emotional. And so I've just been really weepy, but it wasn't like a weepiness like I was sad. It was like a weepiness of cleansing and getting to the root of some things. Because, we can have a strong faith for things in our life in certain areas, and other areas that faith isn't as strong. And so I was dealing with some things that my faith was not as strong in. And so this was another breakthrough for me. I encountered some challenging things last week. I'm not going to go into details, but it was, dealing with having to handle some things within my family from the past that just came full force. I had no choice but to kind of deal with that. And when I tell you, it brought up some things that I didn't even realize were still there. Well, I say all that to say this. In order for you to continue to grow personally, professionally, spiritually, financially, educationally, however it is that you want to grow, you're going to encounter challenges, and you are going to have things that rear their ugly head, because it's time for you to deal with that thing, not just the surface, but the root. And that can be very difficult to confront. There's another saying that I have, don't allow your fears to paralyze you. Use that fear to propel you. And I know for me, there is a fear that I have of not utilizing all the gifts that I have, not fulfilling God's destiny and purpose for my life, not being the best mom that I can be, not being the best friend that I can be, not being the best leader with the right motives that I can be, connecting with the wrong people because of my heart, or, I'll just leave that right there. But I don't want to feel like I'm rambling, but I'll say this. Life is a series of breakthroughs. and your willingness to address those things, your heart, your mind, your will, and your emotions for wanting to achieve your breakthrough is going to be the thing that determines whether or not you break through or you break down. You know, sometimes you have to break down to break through, but then there are other times where you break down because you don't want to break through because it's too painful or too hard or too whatever it is. And so, whatever that thing is to you, whatever the root emotion is, deal with it, face it, confront it, so that you can manifest the things, the places, the people in your lives that was already predestined for you to have. Okay, this is part 2 because something else just dropped into my heart. And so this is the thing. Those that know me know that I have a heart for people. I love people. I want to inspire people. I uplift people. I encourage and, move them to empowerment. But very few people, those that are in my inner holiest of holies, very few people really, really know me. And those that are in my innermost circle, they know me intimately. And I don't mean that in a sexual way. But even to an extent, they only know me to a certain extent because there's this wall. And if you want to truly achieve connection with others, at some point, you're going to have to let that wall down for those that are close to you, that are in your inner circle, that you trust, that you believe in, that they believe in you. And so that is also something that I'm working on during this time. For those that know me, to really know me, every aspect, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and to be able to trust that what I've entrusted to them, they will guard and they will mend and they will cherish and they will protect. And so, you've got one or two options. If you truly desire real connection with others, you have to allow them in to get to know you. And that's part of the reason why, I jumped on here. I'm au natural, except for, my lipstick. And that's just one of my things is lipstick. If I have nothing else, I have lipstick. But, no makeup, no lashes, no, not all the extra, just Michelle, au natural. And so how many of you are encountering things or dealing with things during this time where you have to come full face and be completely bare and completely naked with yourself and real about the things that you truly desire, not things that, that society and social media has kind of infiltrated and subliminally, impressed upon us that we desire.